What is happening to the stock market today? This is what we're gonna get into this video in details because I think you're gonna want to hear what I have for you, folks. If you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel, and please, if you have find some value in this video, please, I will really, appreciate you giving me a like. It does help a lot the channel to grow and have this information out there to the most people possible. Now, if you look at the current state of the market, you can wonder like, what is going on? What the heck is happening? Dow Jones down almost 2%. Same thing for the S&P 500, and then the Nasdaq almost 2.5%, shedding almost 320 points. So between today and last Monday, what happened? Because if you look at the stock market today, if you look at the charts, the levels, this is the S&P 500. All right. So for the last 5 days, if we go back to Monday of last week, it is down almost 3.5%. All right, 3.5%. But if you look on the month, we actually gained 4.4%. So between here and here, what happened? Pretty much nothing. But the whole thing, the same thing over and over again, is now coming back. What the Fed is going to do. This is pretty much everything, folks. This is pretty much, if you were wondering, this is pretty much everything. What is the Fed going to do? Because on Friday, Jerome Powell is going to testify. Not testify. He's going to speak on what we call the Jackson Hole. It's an event, it's a conference, it's an economic conference, and he's going to appear on that conference and he's going to pretty much say what they are going to do in terms of fighting inflation. Now, it's really interesting because we don't have a Federal Reserve meeting for the month of August, but we also don't have the CPI. We have the CPI coming up for the month of August, but the Fed is going to meet until September. So this Jackson Hole coming up on Friday of this week is actually, a pretty early session to get an insight on what they are intending to do, because on one side of the things you have a camp of people thinking that the Federal Reserve is going to continue to be aggressive, because even though the price of commodities, the price of food, the price of oil and gas has been pulling back a lot, and even inflation showing signs of peaking, meaning prices will start going down from here, people are still looking at what is going on in Europe. And you have UK inflation almost to hit 19%. So people are kind of backing up a little bit and saying, okay, even if we have evidence of inflation cooling in the US, it's not happening in Europe. So, and what is happening in China, might not definitely help this whole thing. So there is somehow some fears of the price of commodities raising again, hence putting the US economy into a deep recession and definitely inflation spiking again. And for me, I think we have to be, as always, looking at the two sides. The first side, of the camp of people thinking, well, things are going to go bad again. Well, I don't necessarily think that, but I do see the point there. And the point is, the Ukraine war is still going on. Winter, as we get into winter, we might see the price of gas, of oil, and energy raising again, and potentially food for that matter. So that's somehow the reason why people are guessing things might be bad again. Now, on the other side of things, on the other camp, I do believe the market may not test new lows or the last lows, meaning we may have the worst behind us, even if we are now seeing another week of red. But I think the market cannot continue to go up and up and up and up, because the major reason why the market went up, it was because of inflation cooling down. All right. And nothing has changed since then. Nothing has changed. So this might be a little bit overrated. I might be wrong, but I think this might be a little bit over-exaggerated, as usually when people try to kind of guess what's going to happen in the future. So we still have 4 days to go until Friday, but my expectation is My expectation is the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell is going to come out on Friday and say, hey, we're still committed to fighting inflation, because remember, we have the midterms elections coming on November. So they will not just come out there and say that, we're going to a recession and we're doing everything to put the US economy into a recession in order to fight inflation. No, they're going to try to be as political as possible to make sure they are still committed to fighting inflation, and in the meantime, not trying to break the economy. That's what we get out of the the last meeting minutes, the last time they met on July. So based on these things, I'm thinking this is not another crash or the market going back to what we had in June. It's just the market taking a breather, because we cannot continue to go up and up and up. For the last before last week, the market was going up for the straight 7 to 8 weeks. So 1 week of red and 1 day of red today doesn't necessarily translate into, hey, stock market crash. That's what I think. I may be wrong, but time will tell. So based on this, I'm not changing my investing strategy. I'm still buying my, VOO, VGT, and VOOV. I'm still buying my favorite, cryptocurrencies, especially Ethereum, because we have the merge coming up in September, which is going to be a huge catalyst for the cryptocurrency space as a whole. But definitely, I'm still kind of tracking this whole thing with my short plays in the energy and the crypto miners play to see exactly how things go. I already taken some profits, but I think we have some upside to have here. So let me know which sector, which stock you have your main capital invested in. All right, in the comment section below.